Now to South Africa, where a two-day conference discussing the use of medicinal cannabis took place in Johannesburg. CCTV's Julie Shire tells us more.
The purpose of this two-day conference, organized by the Department of Social Development and the Central Drug Authority, was to start a national discussion on whether cannabis should be legalized for medicinal use. This meeting is the first of its kind in South Africa, and government is looking at the safety and dangers of the use of cannabis. This roundtable is meant to serve as a precursor for debates on the Medicinal Innovation Bill that will be discussed in Parliament.
Remember, this is a very, very sensitive matter that needs us to engage further on it, and then it will take some time before we ultimately arrive at the point where we are saying this is a South African position paper, because remember, this still has to be presented to the Minister of Social Development, still has to be presented to the Cabinet and then be taken through all the parliamentary processes. It's a lengthy thing, it's not a 2 days issue.
It's been proven that cannabis has medicinal qualities and that several countries do use it to treat certain illnesses. But many doctors here are still skeptical about its benefits.
I think we need to do more research. We need to also agree on concentrations of the substance that has to be isolated. We need to also have a program for training doctors on prescribing it. We need to also alert pharmacists who have to store it and keep it.
Who wants a doctor to operate on them while he's high on cannabis, or a pilot to fly a plane while he's high on cannabis? And for this purpose, we do think that the drug should be studied, the molecules that are relevant identified, and then produced after clinical trials, and you've made sure that it's safe for the public.
The Medical Innovation Bill has supporters, and Andrea du Plessis believes it would be the best thing that could happen to South Africa if the bill was passed.
This is very important for South Africa that this Cannabis Roundtable was held. All the viewpoints from the various involved and committed parties have been heard, and hopefully government will take them to heart, and what we'll get out of it is something that is representative of South Africa. In places that have legalized cannabis, they are making huge economic strides forward, and I think South Africa could join them.
This two-day conference ended on a positive note where all diverse stakeholders were heard. Now recommendations will have to be taken into account, and the country will have to decide if it will legalize or not cannabis for medicinal use. Julie Shire, CCTV, Johannesburg.